Frontiers, Chef Nakia here. Thank you for joining me today for another Chef's Tips video. Today we are going to be talking about how to make your food look in photos just as appetizing as it does in person. Sometimes we make a delicious meal and we're so proud of it and we want to share a photo of it with a friend or post it on social media, and you go to take the picture and it just does not look nearly as good on your screen as it did in real life. So today we're going to use some fruit salad here, and we are going to talk about some simple things that you can do with just your phone and your surroundings. So to begin, photography is kind of like painting with light, right? So you've got your subject here and the photo is capturing how the light is interacting with your subjects. Now, whenever we talk about food, we want the light to be coming from the side. That is why if you have ever tried to take a photo with flash, you know it does not turn out well. Flash is focusing that light right where the camera is picking it up at, and so it kind of washes out your subject. Whenever the light comes in from the side, it accentuates those details. And that's really what you want in the food, is you want to see, the little pulp of the orange or the subtle color variance in the pomegranate seed, all of the little seeds in the kiwi. Those are the things that, you're wanting out of your food photos. Personally, I judge a really good food photo by something that I see and I want to reach and grab it and pick it up and eat it. Right? It looks appetizing and it looks realistic because there is that depth and detail. So whenever you go to take a picture of your food, try to find light that is coming in from the side, not from the top. So if you have overhead lights, turn those off. And if you have a large window, position your food next to that window so that you can have the light coming in. And so if your food is here, you would want your window to be over here, and then you are taking the photo from here. If it is dark outside, and so you don't have any natural light coming from your window, then you can set a lamp up next to your food. Now, personally, I do prefer natural light to artificial light whenever we are talking about photography with a phone and just a quick snap. I know professional food photographers have complex lighting situations, and it really sets the tone and mood for their food scenes, and once you get to that professional level, artificial light is the way to go. But for our needs, for just our snapping a quick picture and sharing it, natural light will work well. Now let's talk about what position you want to have your camera in relation to the food. So you may have heard before that sunrise is a great time to take outdoors photos. One of the reasons why a lot of photographers will try to capture that sunrise is because it's not something that many people see on a normal basis. So if you see a photo in broad daylight of a park that you're used to, you're gonna say, oh yeah, I know that park. If you see it in that sunrise light, you're gonna say, oh, there's something different and more interesting about it, because it's not something that you're as accustomed to. And so whenever we think about sitting and eating our food, a lot of times we are in sort of this 45-ish degree angle view of it. So that's how we are used to seeing our food. So we want to look for a viewpoint that may not be something that we see all the time. And that's why you will see a lot of photos straight down, straight from the top, and then also all the way from the side there. The side view is great for anything with a lot of layers, sandwiches or complex desserts, also a lot of drinks, right? Because your drink in its nice round drinking vessel will look more interesting from the side. All right, next let's talk quickly about plate composition. I do want to do a whole video on this later about plating, but here for photography, let's just touch on it real quick. A lot of times I like to have a variety of colors, and so you'll see in the fruit salad we've got some dark blues with the blueberry, some rich reds in the pomegranate, the strawberry skins. We've got bright yellowy orange in the mango, a nice subtle green from the kiwi, and then our apple pieces are that like neutral white. And we've got our Granny Smith apples in tiny little cubes. We have got our Honeycrisp apples in a little bit bigger cubes. And this is important visually as much as that is just in your mouth. Like that texture variation always makes your dishes more interesting. So, we've got the little Granny Smith apples and the little pomegranate seeds, and then we've got the larger orange slices and mango slices. So that size difference creates textural interest in the mouth and visual interest in your photograph. So a variety of colors, a variety of sizes, and textures too. So now let's talk about what you want to plate your dish on. So you could do the mixing bowl that you mix the fruit in. You can separate your salad into 3 different serving bowls. You could choose to shoot it on a plate. Have a lot of fun and try different serving vessels and see which one you like the best. So along with the food in the center of your scene, you may want to dress up the outside and add in some other props and things. And so we've got fruit here. So the way that you arrange your fruit is really a personal preference for you. So the way that some people may do it, you might think looks cluttered. Other ways you may think looks too simple or too styled, and other ways are more rustic. So it's really up to what you enjoy. With photography, there is a rule of thirds. That rule of thirds can really help whenever you are trying to set a scene, figuring out where to put which items. Now, when we're shooting from the side, we have to think about our backdrop also. And you have several different options whenever you are putting a backdrop behind. You could use like a poster board, just plain white. You can use fabric draped over that, or a printed backdrop. You can even set the scene in a way so that your backdrop is just empty space and openness. Whenever you shoot your food, you can also use props behind that also. One thing that I like to do whenever I shoot from the side is hide where the table and the poster board meets. And so you can do that with a napkin, kind of folded up and covering that. Like here, I put the fruit in the way of that line, so the fruit is hiding that line. And again, just get really creative and have a lot of fun with how you want to place your props and backdrop and set your scene. Whenever you are getting ready to plate your item, don't be afraid to, if you see a blueberry or two that looks really nice, or one of the strawberry slices that you sliced you're just super happy with, don't be afraid to set that aside, plate everything, and then you can use those on the top where they will be in the front of the camera. Okay. And lastly, let's put this into practice a bit. I've shown you the photos as I'm explaining these things, so I'm going to show you where we take all of our photos for Chef It, and many people probably can find a setup kind of like this at home. So if you want to take beautiful food photos and you don't want to invest in any equipment, you can definitely do it. Let's show you the setup. So this is the table here where all of the food is set, and then a lot of times that backdrop will be over in this area, and then a nice big window here. 2 different curtains, one of them is lighter material, one of them is darker material, and it's really a great way to control the amount of light coming in the room. And this is it. It's a window and a table. Thank you so much for joining. We hope to see you again soon.